A couple weeks ago, we did on Unpop Review Entertainment, Unpop Review Wrestling. Make sure you go to Unpop Review Wrestling and go to our top 5 section. We did top 5 Eddie Guerrero matches in honor of Eddie Guerrero's birthday coming out. Just wanted to give y'all my 5 real fast. I'll give you my top 10 wrestling men and women's list coming up next. I got number 5, Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania for the title. I got number 4, him and Six at Sold Out at NWO's pay-per-view ladder match. Thought this match was phenomenal. Number 3 for me, the 6-man tag or the 3-man tag where you got he who should not be named like Voldemort and Kurt Angle against the champions Rey Mysterio and Edge against the Los Guerreros. We lie, we cheat, we steal. One of my favorite matches in his career. Again, this is my top 5 Eddie Guerrero matches, not yours. Him and RVD, y'all know I talk about it all the time. I couldn't get no more than Steamboat and Savage, no more than RVD and Hardy. It's like having Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Next will give me Eddie Guerrero and one Rob Van Dam. Just their matches were always explosive. And then, of course, my number 1 match, the match that put them on the map, that put the Luchadors on the map, WCW Halloween Havoc. But right now, Vaughn, because everybody got lists, right? Remember the top 25 list? I might bring that back, top 25 females. It was going on. I've been on for like 10 years. But the top 25, make it bigger. There you go. Top 25 men's and women's lists of 2023. Now, when people make lists, Vaughn, you know, I'm very critical of lists, right? And I've always said, as Ryan Howard's in the building, come on, Phillies down 3-1. I've always said, you know, you have to make it make sense. Don't just give me a list of your top. Why are they your top? Why are they there? What makes them here? So for me, the criteria were very simple. What have they done in 2023? Simple as that. Yeah, no, Jeffrey, you just made the list. What have they done in 2023?
I have wined and dined with kings and queens, and I've slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans.
Have they done those things? Have they done some Dusty Rose things? Truth be told, guys, just so you know, so we can start right here, Vaughn, none of these people made the list. This is my honorable mentions. Those who should have, could have, if you want to replace someone from this year, to put them there. But I'm going to explain to you why they couldn't be there. Solo, he's just been solo. Doesn't done enough. His impact has been there because he's been next to Roman and he's in the bloodline, the greatest faction of all time, the greatest storyline, of all time in wrestling history, but not enough. Powerhouse Hobbs is coming on strong. He just beat Jericho, as I was reminded backstage when it was like, he's not on your list. Sorry, I couldn't put him there. But he's coming on strong. Swerve Strickland, who I fought really hard to get on the list, but consulting with other people, Vaughn, I can consult with you. You're at church on Sundays. Saying a prayer for me, of course, I hope. In there. But Swerve, I had a hard time taking him out of my top 10. I thought Swerve has had a phenomenal year. Okay? Then, of course, we got Bailey here. We got Britt Baker. Logan Paul, I had a hard time to put him on there. Yeah, I got CM Punk up there. I got Phil up here. Phil had a great year before getting fired, but he got fired, so he can't be on the list, right? You got the king of NXT, Carmelo Hayes, right? I'm not the biggest fan of Carmelo Hayes. I've openly said that here, but I can't deny what he's done. Hangman Page, I know I'm all a huge mark for Hangman Page, but done some things, but I think the lists you can see and why it can be arguably made of why I put them there are there. Finn, great list being on there. The Emmy Award winning Uso, Jimmy Uso, Filet Mignon's husband, and Jay White. Those are my honorable mentions. But my list go like this, through 6 through 10 for the men. At number 10, we got Damian Priest. Why would we not put Damian Priest on here? He is a Money in the Bank winner. He's a 2-time tag team champion in this year. And he arguably had one of the biggest matches of the year with him and Bad Bunny. Right? Number 2 on the list. Number 9 on this list. Again, never was the biggest fan of this character. It's still growing on me. But Orange Cassidy, 2-time winning his title. It's just what he's done with his character. His character is still developing and still getting pushed. I can see big things from him by the end of this year, going into next year. Will Ospreay, what can we say? Those who didn't ever see him wrestle before, which are some of you, a lot of you, you would say you saw him. Yes, you picked up some YouTube matches there, but you didn't see him on American soil. You didn't see him really do some good things. He's been doing some really good things this year, whether it's in New Japan, whether it's in Impact, TNA, whether it's in AEW. He's all over the place right now. Will Ospreay has put on some of the greatest matches of this year. Then we got It's Me, Jay Uso, the main event himself at number 7. Why number 7? Because that's a holy number. It's a Trinity number. He's still climbing. But all my jokes aside or not, Jay Uso is the fastest rising real star right now in wrestling. And I never think, and I can say this, no one can tell me they saw that coming from him being where he is as a solo superstar. Number 6, Cody Rhodes. Not the greatest year, but enough to hold him down. He didn't win the title at WrestleMania, but let's not forget where that storyline took a lot of you fans. That storyline enough leads you to where the storyline continues today. And my 10 through 6 for the women, Miss Jade Cargill. Like, why would she not be there? She was the hottest version of the year. She was undefeated. She's only taken one loss in her career for a TBS title, which she lost. She took that loss, went on to get a contract, and now she's appearing on every single thing WWE has to offer. At number 10, Jade Cargill, without even having a match in 3 months, still number 10 on this list, hard to beat. Right now, number 9, Toni Storm. Simple to me. Champion, gimmick change, finally finding her own footage. We always say, like I look at Castia Velas, Carlito, and I don't see him. I think he made a bad decision by going there. Toni Storm made a good decision by going to AEW. She's coming into her own. And I like that. I did. That's what she wanted. I give it to her. Sheeta, who I'm not a biggest fan of, but a 2-time champion, winning the title again this year. She's continued to just get better and better and better and better and win. How could you not put her there at number 8? Number 7, Becky Lynch. Every time you want to count out big time Bex, she comes back and shows you why she's big time, going on to NXT and now trying to make that women's division relevant and putting the ratings that's continuously putting them above other federations and those numbers, including AEW Dynamite, and that's crazy. Number 6 for me, the misfit herself, Chris Statlander. She beat number 10 to win the title when no one can beat her. How can you not put her in that list? And she's continued to win and win and win so far. So I gotta get Chris Statlander up in there. Also now, coming in, 5 through 1, Vaughn. Number 5, Charlotte Flair. Y'all see who's number 1, right? Match of the year to me, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley from WrestleMania. Men's, women's aside, go back, watch it. That match was absolutely phenomenal. Pun intended to AJ Styles. Charlotte Flair continued to do what she do. You saw the matches had on Smackdown. Listen, why is she at number 5 when she has not won a title this year? It's very simple. She is the line. She stays at number 5. Number 4, your current women's champion, Io Sky. What can we say about that? Number 3, Asuka, former women's champion, as well, had a great, phenomenal year. Just like lost her belt to Io Sky. Number 2, the return of the EST. Winning the WrestleMania, that title again, doing what she does best, continue to be the number 1 product in this company. But I had to put her number 2, second to none, only to Rhea Ripley, because right now, Mommy has done everything to put herself number 1. Pro wrestling, you got it right. Any woman cannot be above what she has done. What she has done this year, what she has done with Judgment Day. Again, she is the reason, single-handedly, while we're not sure if Judgment Day even has a leader. You can say it's her. It's not really. You can say yes and you can say no. You can say yes and no for why it could be Damian Priest and yes and no for Finn Balor. She takes the realm sometimes and it gives you that perception, but reality perception, we don't know who leads the Judgment Day. But we know who's their number 1, who's the one wrestler this year in wrestling, and it's Rhea Ripley. Now coming in from 5 to 1 for the men's, simple as this. Have y'all noticed a pattern here also, Vaughn? Everybody's champions. At number 5, MJF. Still, only thing he done this year that has been shit is when CM Punk was talking about having a championship, they never let him touch that, but that's not him. That's the company. But you would think for a guy who has a loose potty mouth, loose lip sync ships, he'd have threw a hint in there somewhere about the other champion, and he never did. But still, you fucking mark MJF as number 5. Number 4, Gunther. How can he not be? The reign is just ridiculous of what he's done week after week, challenger after challenger. He continues to win the matches, put on good matches. Again, his match at WrestleMania with him, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre, also up there for Match of the Year as well. And at number 3, honestly, just to piss you motherfuckers off, Dirty Dominic. Yeah. Number 3, 2-time, the greatest North American champion in NXT history. What, did somebody say Fel West? No. We said Dirty Dominic Mysterio at number 3. Number 2, winning and finally stepping away from the shadow, which is Roman Reigns, because damn it, everybody's in the shadow when it comes to Roman Reigns. Number 2, Seth freaking Rollins. And number 1, is there any question? He is the greatest wrestler today. He is the icon. He is the current icon. He is the current legend. He's a living legend, a living icon, a living embodiment of God mode. Represent for your tribal chief and people. No. Your boy is not beating him at Crown Jewel. They just did that to make you guys feel good. So, you know what else makes people feel good? When they think they can rap.
Boots and hoes. I gotta have me my boots and hoes.
No, but Roman Reigns is number 1.